Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. The first thing that I want to say is you cannot research this because it's just not out there. It's handwritten, it's not published, it's not available to read or anything like that. It's just been done in family, so it's not anywhere but my book at home, basically. So when we look at one of the elemental circles, it's still opened clockwise when working with good, when returning, reversing, or you're working as harm, some do. It's anti-clockwise. However, the elemental four corners, if you want to work on a more natural basis, it's quite easy to do. If you want to work with herbs, you would set up a circle, set up a space, cleanse it, and then north is earth. You can use a white, a green, or a brown candle. And then all you need is ground vetiver, or you don't have to have both, or just one or the other. Ground patchouli, ground sandalwood, I do believe garlic too, ground garlic. Those herbs are very earthy, they're very grounding, they have a masculine scent, very much with the earth. If you're using flowers, we would use the dandelion or the nettle. The reason being is these are very much earthly plants that have been around a long time. So because they, as you can imagine, they've been here quite some time, so they would be our very basic plants. Dandelion seen as almost like food to the earth, even though many call it a weed. That's not the case. For a start, it's a yellowy orange, vibrant energy, friendship, and it's very earthy. It's got that earthy texture and that earthy scent. Nettle is seen as a nuisance, just like dandelion, but it's not. It's very much earthly, connected with the earth, naturally grown, so therefore it's extremely grounding. Very easy. So east being the air, you could use crushed vanilla beans because of its airy, sweet scent. Lavender crushed, or all flowers, your choice, because obviously lavender is very much calming and it soothes through the air, but it also is known to work very well on a psychic level, dreams, etc. Eyebright for the same reason. It protects. It is really good through the air at cleansing the space. And then Santa Paula, an extreme cleanser. We use it in the air because it's very much used as incense. The flower is the daisy. The daisy or the yellow carnation, because the daisy and the yellow carnation are seen as communication providers. They aid in providing a vibrant, friendly space where you can learn your communication skills, and they are said to bring in new friendships. So that's why we use it in the air section. The fire, the south. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention. The air, you can use a white candle, a yellow candle. Some people use grey, that's very different, and we're not going to go into that, but right now. yellow or white. Fire is obviously a red candle or a white candle. You can even use an orange one, but red's the best, obviously, in my opinion. Ground chilies, ground cumin, ground mixed spices, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, and the flower you would choose is a red poppy. The red poppy brings spiritual dreams, knowledge from other realms. It provides wisdom, so it is said. West is water, and you can use ground camphor. Anything that grows around a pond, that is growing naturally around a pond, is extremely good for water. Water lilies, lilies in general, or cactus. Anything that is either around water. The camphor is because camphor is very good for the emotions and the cleansing and the purification. Lilies and water lilies are very good at ridding old stagnant sort of emotions that have been stuck and you can't get rid of. The cactus is there to show the strength in water and how you can be persistent without it. Centre is spirits, and you can use copal. Copal in centre is the truth revealer. It is the truth finder. It's very much connected to spirits by heightening the senses and being able to see the truth within all. Flower-wise, it's a white rose because white rose symbolises purity, which is a white candle. Or some people actually use a white and a black candle. Because you're working with natural things, you would use a white candle. That would be the best. Now, you would set this up and light all your candles and have them set up. Compass obviously helps. Once you've done that, the way to work with your natural herbs or natural flowers, if you're using flowers that you don't want to burn, you would simply just place them next to the candle. But know this, once you place them next to the candle and you've done this chant that I'm going to tell you, when you've finished and you've closed the circle and you've let them go, bundle them all together, tie them up. If you're doing a circle or a ritual that is something to empower you and help you grow and things like that, you would keep the flowers as long as you can. If you are doing something to be rid of, to release, then you would tie the flowers up and bury them in the earth. Don't keep them. If you're using herbs, what you want to do is light your candles and you're going to go around sprinkling the herbs in the flame as you speak. It's quarter, whatever you want to call it. The flowers, you would just lay there and put your hand over the flower. I call to the guardians of elemental beings of the air. Come join me while I work this ritual fair. That's when you would take whatever it is you have for air and sprinkle it in the flame. Or you'd have your hand over your flower. And it's the same with the rest. Move to yourself, to your fire, and do the same. I call to the guardians of elemental beings south, the fire and the flame. Come to me while I work this ritual for all to gain. That means for greater good. I call to the guardians, the elemental beings of west, water. Come join me here and note me as her daughter, meaning Mother Earth. I call to the guardians of elemental beings, earth. Come join me I shall be right and good. I make no demands. I stand centre and spirit. I call you to join me, elemental beings of the spinning spiral, of the unending symbol, of full circle, pure in soul. Come join me here tonight, so I may reach my goal. That's all. Obviously you work your ritual, and then you would need to close. You don't need a lot of herbs either, really just a pinch to sprinkle in the flame, as you say each quarter, and that's it. You would just need one flower, just to have your hand over it as you state your quarter. And when you've done, you've closed your circle, etc. I have closed doorway now. I call to air. Elemental beings, I bid you home. Hail and blessings as you go. I have closed the doorway now. I call to the elemental beings of the south. I bid you home. Hail and blessings as you go. I have closed the doorway now, and I call to the elemental beings of water. I bid you home. Hail and blessings as you go. I have now closed this doorway. The doorway now is completely closed. And I call to you, earth, elemental beings. I bid you home. Hail and blessings as you go. I call to the centre, the being of all. I have closed this doorway. I have made my call. I bid spirit, elemental beings, I bid you home. Hail and blessings as you go. And so it is. And that's it. That's really all you need. It's very simple, yet does its job. Not just that, like I say, you can't find it anywhere. It's very personal. It's personal. Most chants that I use they're not in books. You won't find them in books. You won't be able to research them because they're not out there. They're handwritten, so kind of cool to be able to share them. So yes, that's a basic, very basic, natural, herbalistic, elemental circle, and simply using candles and herbs and only a sprinkle or even flowers, just one. It's a good way to start, very basic, but gets it done. Many blessings. Love.